Have you ever jumped from one spiritual technique to another, only to find yourself just as restless as before? Have you ever wondered why no new ritual or mantra seems to bring lasting calm to your heart? Welcome back to our channel, where we walk together on the path of insight and awakening. Today we dive into a dilemma almost every practitioner faces, mistaking the method for the medicine. In this video, we'll explore two vital truths. First, that genuine practice isn't about collecting new techniques, and second, that the real transformation happens when we learn to meet our own mind. Long ago, Yum Seeker studied mantra after mantra under a revered master. He spent hours each day chanting and visualizing, yet his inner turmoil remained. Frustrated, he switched to Pure Land recitation, striving for tens of thousands of Buddha names. Still, his heart pounded with anxiety. Next, he sat in silent meditation, chasing elusive no mind, but distractions ricocheted without relent. Finally, he confessed his confusion to an elderly monk, asking, "Which method will free me from my suffering?" The monk only smiled and replied, "You are seeking refuge in formulas, but forgetting to look at the furnace itself, your own mind. True practice is not about picking a menu of techniques, it is about facing your inner and rest and letting it settle." In that moment, the seeker fell silent. He realized that every ritual, every mantra, every posture he adopted was merely a mirror pointing back to the one thing he had overcome, his attitude. He saw that Buddha never promised a faster shortcut or a miraculous incantation. Buddha offered a mirror to reveal the roots of greed, anger, and delusion, and a path to loosen their grip. Consider the analogy of digging a well. If you switch to a new spot every few feet, you'll never find water. You need to commit to one place and dig steadily, even if it takes time. So it is with the mind. Persist with the Siskel method long enough to discover what lies beneath the churning surface. Let me share a powerful practice story. A Tibetan yogi carried two small pouches, one of white beans, one of black beans. Each time he noticed a generous, compassionate thought, he dropped a white bean into a bowl. Each time he succumbed to an angry or greedy impulse, he dropped a black bean. At first, the black bean pouch overflowed while the white bean pouch barely held a handful, yet day after day, he observed without judgment. Gradually, the pouches swapped. White beans far outnumbered black. There was no magic mantra, only unwavering attention to the mind. Modern seekers often fall into the technique trap, chasing the next quick fix, the next guru's gimmick. They invest in seminars promising instant enlightenment, yet months later their tempers flare and old habits persist. Like pouring crystal clear water into a filthy cup, the cup remains muddy until we first empty and clean it. No external technique can substitute for inner clarity. So how do we begin to shift our mindset? First, stop comparing your progress to others. Their path and pace are not your own. Second, release attachment to outcomes. Practice is not a transaction with the universe. I chant this many times, I deserve that result. It is a process of unveiling. Third, slow down. True practice unfolds in the quiet moments when you notice a tense thought, a gripping emotion, and bring your attention back without aversion or craving. Each morning, before any ritual, sit quietly and ask yourself, what is my heart's current landscape? Are generosity and kindness growing, or are restlessness and craving in the lead? This simple inquiry is the key to aligning with the Buddha's original intent, not to accumulate methods, but to observe, understand, and gently transform the mind. Over the next several minutes, we will explore practical steps to cultivate this attitude of mindful curiosity. You'll hear stories of ancient masters and everyday practitioners who discovered that the deepest alchemy takes place when we cease running from our own hearts. Thank you for watching this video.